And we're recording.
We're having
Welcome everybody to our Monday night shenanigans.
Jen,
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Melissa, we know East Coast. We know how to have fun.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is for all those of you that are watching this replay. This is why you want to be on live, because you just missed the show. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I want to respect everybody's time. It's a holiday weekend. You guys jumped on, and I thank you for that. It's, the connection piece is so important, and it's just important that we connect and on a regular basis. So this is great. So we wanted to talk about a couple of things tonight. First and foremost, we're coming off a lot of really awesome stuff. So I just want to honor that, because for those of you who came with us to Sailor Ranch, I just want to thank you. I mean, I know it was a huge, monumental life experience for us that went, but my prayer is that we carry that energy back to the rest of the team, which I think we're doing, and just to include everybody in that experience, because it was such an incredible bonding experience and such a life-altering growth experience. And, so much of what we do in this business is personal growth, and that translates directly into how big and far and wide you build your business. It's kind of a neat thing. Welcome, Brianne. I see your camera. But I wanted to also just say, we are in a really big momentum growth mode right now, and this always kind of comes in waves. And so part of what we're talking about tonight is going to be surrounding the importance of events, because this is really what will propel you forward. And there is no better person to talk about events than our amazing event planner, Danielle, who will talk about a couple of the upcoming things that we can be plugging people into. And we have a lot of new team members. So Anne is obviously one of them. Nina is a brand new team member. Welcome, you guys. We've got a lot of others that are popping up and getting in. And the key is to get them engaged as quickly as possible, because one, we want to get to know everybody. We want them to feel really comfortable coming to things and to events. And two, we really want everybody to come to Sacramento feeling this sense of, team camaraderie and the importance and understanding of that. The more we pour into these live events, the more we build our business. It's a direct translation, So they say early on in the business, I heard somebody say, they said the biggest skill in this business you can learn is getting butts in seats. And I thought that was a really silly thing. I was like, how hard can it be to get butts in seats, But the truth is that when you can bring an individual and put them and place them in front of somebody that you know to be experienced and, charismatic and have a great message to share, you never know what's going to happen in that interaction. Your job is just to get them there. So with that, I want to turn over to Danielle for a little bit, because she's going to talk about some of the key ones that are coming up this week. And then we'll talk about conference before we get off, and then we'll kind of finish up and wrap around with this growth momentum idea. Okay. Ready, Danielle?
Okay. So events, thank you, Melissa, are hugely important, and events can be any number of things, but in particular, this week there are 2 upcoming events that you literally have to do nothing for other than invite to them, because they're being done for you and they're being put on by, leaders of the company and corporate. So if you're not familiar with what's coming up this week, I'm going to tell you right now, so you can mark your calendar and look for them. Tomorrow evening, there is a Facebook Live event with Dr. David Phillips on Juice Plus Complete. So this was first put out in our weekly the newsletter email that we get, Juice Plus Insights. So if you missed it in the email, you can also go to juiceplusinsights.com, which is also a great source of resources for us. But that's where they have the flyer for this upcoming event, which we've already shared it, in our Facebook pages. But if you want to go ahead and save that so that you can use it to share it with friends, family, customers that aren't yet drinking the Complete. So there's a big focus right now at the company to educate people on the Complete and why it's so important and how it's different from other shake mixes out there. So, this is going to be a great event for current customers that are not yet on the Complete, for new team members or existing team members that we want some more education for ourselves on the Complete and how we can better educate ourselves on what it is, why it's, a beneficial component for our nutrition each day, as well as prospects that aren't on anything yet, because sometimes Complete is a great doorway for them to come in if they're not ready for the capsules or the chewables or a Tower Garden. They can just come in through the doorway of the Complete. So you want to make sure you go to the Juice Plus Facebook page. Make sure you like that page. And then tomorrow evening, it's 7 p.m. Central Time. So it's like 8 o'clock for us on the East Coast. And what would that be? 5 o'clock on the West Coast for you, I believe, if I'm doing my time zones correctly. It's 7 p.m. Central. 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Central. So figure out what your time zone. I know it's 8 o'clock for East Coasters. And he's going to do it Facebook Live. So as long as you're on the that Juice Plus Facebook page, you'll see it live. So if you're familiar, we've gone live on our pages, same thing, right? So if you're inviting people into that, make sure you walk them through that as well. Okay. And then I always like to, because it's Facebook Live, it's not a face-to-face. You're not bringing them to something. You can't see if they're logging into something. I like to go into my invites with this is, I can't wait to hear what you liked best about it. I can't wait to hear what your biggest takeaway was. So giving them knowing already, I'm going to follow up with you. And I really want to hear what you enjoyed about it. Right? Since you're not going to know whether or not they're on at the time of, unless you message them and say, hey, are you on live now? And they say, yeah, I'm on live. Great. Okay. Makes sense. The other one this week is Thursday evening, this coming Thursday, the 21st. It's titled HLP to NMD. It's also going to be on Facebook. The Facebook page to go on to this and to like is JPTV. JPTV. So go into Facebook, search that page, like that page, and you'll see the event on there at HLP to NMD. You click on the event and hit going. Okay? Hit going. Don't hit interested. Don't ignore it. Hit going. This way, when Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time rolls around, you'll get the notification and you can go on to that JPTV page and you'll be able to watch that live. And it's going to be with Kurt Beavers and Carrie Daigle, who are two top national marketing director leaders in our company who are brilliant and amazing. And this is not only, from my understanding, something that us as distributors who are already in the business can go on to and learn some skills, but also people that you're sharing the business with as well that want to take a look into it, that it's going to be welcoming enough for them to just see how easy and doable this system is, and provide kind of everybody with a roadmap. So whether you're brand new in the business, this is great for you. Whether you're seasoned in the business, this is going to be great for you. And whether you're inviting somebody who is just taking a look at the business, don't shy away from that either, because this is a great time to be inviting people in. As we know, Melissa mentioned, our team is on a great momentum right now. Our East Coasters have already this month so far, just in February, have put on 5 new team members, which has been super, super awesome. And there's a lot more momentum coming in the pike. So let's keep that going. So those are just 2 for this week. You have to literally do nothing for it but invite, right? Pretty easy.
Yeah. And, and I think we should talk about just the numbers of inviting. So typically, the averages turn out to be, in the beginning, it could be you invite 10 people to something and you get 1 or 2, and then you get better at what you're doing and you get a little bit more skilled at that. It's just a skill, right? So it's one of those things we need to practice. So just understand that if you invite 2 people, usually you can count on 0 coming. You want to really let the numbers work in your favor is my point to that. Okay. I mean, sometimes, the 2 first show up and that's great, but you don't set yourself up for disappointment, set yourself up for success, which is always, who are the 10 people that I, want to reach out to? Or I like to say to people, hey, we've got 3 really cool events coming up. I'd love to tell you about each one of them and see which one is the best fit for you. Cause that's also a nice way to empower your, prospects to make a decision for themselves. Right. So I'd encourage you to do that, and just know that events are what's going to propel you forward, especially if you're kicking off your business, right? So like Nina and Ann, you guys want to get your people in front of other people. I know we're silly, but we're fun. Like, like we got a lot going on, so there's so much, wisdom that you can glean, and just your job is just, again, to bring the horse to the water. What they do with it is up to them. But if you surround them with community and experience first, it's a multifaceted experience. It's not just a decision about a product. It becomes this like experiential community thing. And that's so much more enticing for people to take a walk down into, So just a piece on that. The other thing is that there's a lot of live events going on. So out here, we've got a panel discussion coming up. I believe I think it's also Thursday. I'm not looking at the flyer in front of me. And then in addition to that, we have Wendy Campbell next Friday. So we have a bunch of seats for that. I'm really proud of the team for stepping up for that, because it's a daytime event, but she's going to knock her socks off, because she always does. There's just no other way to experience Wendy than that. So there's a lot coming on. So I've just pulled out right before this call a sheet, and this, I didn't talk to you about this, Danielle, but you've probably seen it because Letty put it together. But this is kind of like it's a hand, kind of like an organization sheet of how to focus your activities and the things you want to work on. And I will post that on our page. I'll find a way. She has it through Dropbox, but I'm just going to read off some of the things that she has in here. So Letty's another NMD within the company that's a good friend of Danielle and mine. And one of the things that she says is, this is accountability. So is the glue that ties commitment to results. I love how she kind of puts that right at the top of the page. So the first thing she has is she has your meeting, and then she has your date. So you could pick a buddy, or you can do it with an upline sponsor, but it's just an interactive way to kind of keep your momentum going. Because this is when the hardest part is to get it started. But once you're in the flow, and once you're in movement, and once all this stuff starts to happen, like your excitement, like Jen Bernstein, you right now, like your energy is so good. Like I'd be talking to everybody, because when you're in that space, it just becomes like contagious, and people want to like jump on that, and they want to be a part of that. They're much more apt to listen. When we're sitting back and where things are quiet and dull and kind of stagnant, that's when it gets like awkward a little bit, it's like you have to kind of ride into the wave to kind of surf it down, So this was just a tool I pulled out that I thought, there's tons of tools, but this is one that I happen to like. I think it's cute and pretty and fun and to the point. But one of the first things that she says right there is events, like on the front page, So you basically would just list out the events that are coming up. You have your invited. So first of all, you have your date of it. You have the guests, and she holds you accountable. Like, how many people did you invite to that event, and how many attended? And I love that, because that puts it right in your face. It's like, well, I invited 2, but nobody came. Or, I invited 15 and I had 5 solid people with me in that, row. And that's like a much different experience. So it shows you right there in your face, like, where do I need to make my adjustments, right? And then I'm not going to go into all these, but just a couple of things, like 3-way calls, like jotting down. Since we have a contest going right now for that, you guys should be tracking your 3-way calls. So if you're doing those, like, this is just an easy sheet to just say each week, these are the calls that I made with who, and that way you get credit for them. I love that she puts here, I would be more successful if, because we all know those things that we could do, to be more successful. It's usually one tweak of one thing. That's where I would start, is just one tweak. And then hot hands list. This is kind of a fun one, which is basically my interpretation of it. And to correct me, Danielle, if you know different, but hot hands list is kind of like the hot things that are going on. Like there's people that have said they're interested, that want to purchase, that want to do something. Like I had a Tower Garden order that went through a week or 2 ago, and it was like, just getting that put into the system. So that was a hot hands list, in my understanding, is just, I need to input the, get that order, place that order, get that set up for her, follow up, whatever. And the action stuff is right next to it. So that's kind of nice, because there are some things as you start to build your momentum that bubble up, and you don't want to forget those things. A lot of times that happens when you start to get really busy. So nice to have that kind of sitting there in front of you. And then she goes into, it's a 3-sheet document, but it's really cool. Customer care. So there's customer pieces for those of you who have a customer base, like touching base and the connections. You just jot that down. Customer shipping this week, that forces you to take a look and see what's going out. Because a lot of us, I know myself, I'm guilty of this as well. I let a couple things slide as I took some time off in different spaces. And it's important that we stay on top of that, right? Potential team members. So these are people that you want to invite to the team. You may not necessarily know exactly how to at this moment in time, but it's okay because you can just put them down with the intention that you want them to be a part of the team. And then the action step, either fill in what your next step is or ask an upline support for support, to kind of guide you there. And then current team members to connect with. So there's some of the things here and what their goal is. So not your goal, what their goal is, right? So that's important. And then training books and websites and podcasts, the things that are going to build us there. And then just at the back page, it's a checklist, with some of the activities. So if this is helpful to you, we can get it to you. I'll make a point to put out there. She said we could share it, which is cool. But just things to do daily. Check Facebook, check Voxer, call the people on your hot hands list, listen to a training, post to social media. So some of these things you're not just going to do everything every day, but nice to know like what you can get in there. Greta, yeah, sure. I know. Sometimes I get into rhythms where I start to use documents and they keep me on track when things get really busy, because then I just know I go to that first thing in the morning, get through it, and especially like planning out on a Sunday night, that kind of thing. So tonight would be a great night for that. But other times I don't. I just fly by the seat of my pants. And sometimes that has to work too. It's just honestly, it's all good. So whatever works is what, we try to pass along. Okay, questions about this week, any upcoming events, anything that you're trying to get done, any support that you guys need. This is your opportunity for feedback.
Harrison people and Mamaroneck, New Rochelle people. I thought it would be fun if we did like a Veggie Wars thing during March, like during March Madness. Like maybe during March vacation week, because that kind of follows that flow of, the brackets and everything.
Love it.
Go for it. Okay. Plan it. Pick your day. Go for it.
Maybe you could do it in a public place like the library or something where you can publicize it, and have people sign up. It'd be kind of funny to have the kids like with like the, the black markers under their eyes and like holding up like broccoli, whatever, like
we doing blackface for Juice Plus.
Stop it.
We're still recording.
Mr. K.
Okay, we can talk about it.
All right. If anybody knows anybody in the Denver area, I'm flying out to see Marie to do a flurry of events. We are going to be busy bees, and they're always welcome. So just, cascade through your phone, through your contact list, see if there's anybody that's in that space, and contact Marie and see how far away they are, because I wouldn't know geographically, but she would.
I can tell you when, where, what, why, who, and how. I did have a question about that. Those events that we're having that week. I was talking to Donna Wiss, and it didn't even occur to me. So we have a Northern Colorado Boxer chat, and anytime somebody is hosting an event, a Taste of the Shred, an HLR, a Salad in a Jar, they post those events so anybody can come. Do we want to do that, or do we want just trailblazers there?
Let's see how. Here's what I usually like to do is just get as many people confirmed as you can, and check the space, because if you
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to flood like the room with 90% people that are on somebody else's team, because that's not serving your building. We of course always open it up, and especially with Sideline Friends, invite them in. All the Trailblazers are of course welcome to anything that we do. But if we're in a coffee shop that seats 12 and we have 8 people that showed up from somewhere else, then that's not going to serve your business and the point,
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Prioritizing that. So just be smart strategically, and then also about the energy, because sometimes there's just really good people that, if they're in the room, they're going to make it that much better. That's totally worth the invite, in my opinion, Okay. Anything else you guys have questions about, questions for? Until then, I am not traveling, so I will be settled. And my I did put the Calendly link up there. I didn't see anything come through. So if you guys have been signing up,
I put one through. I put one through today.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I will check. So all I'm asking is that you text me when you sent, like, I just booked a call on this date at this time so that I can double check it's coming through on my end. Running it. Okay. That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tomorrow, 4:15.
4:15 your time or my time?
My time.
Okay.
Because it said the times were listed in Eastern time, right?
Yeah, I did put them in there. I just want to write down so I know for sure. Okay, so 1:50.
Okay. And I'll send you info about them when we get off the call.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, Voxer's best for that. So, Marie, I just want to applaud you because you've done an excellent job with that piece of it. You are extraordinarily organized, and so, like, it's so great because I can be like, okay, I can't listen to this now, but I know that when I do, all the details are going to be right there in a little package for me, and I could just tap right into it, and it's concise and to the point, and then I walk in prepared. So, thank you. Anne, is there anything that you need? I'm going to single you out because I love you so much, and I haven't gotten to work with you yet. Is there anything going on in your corner that we can? Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. There you go. Now I can.
Yeah. I mean, I was out tonight and I was mentioning about going to, I think Chris Ann's having something next Wednesday.
Okay, good.
So I invited her to that, and I'm doing I didn't talk to Chris Ann, but wait, I lost you guys.
There you are.
My niece, I really think she'd be great. She's in the, she's a teacher and she does classes. And I also mentioned to her about the business part of it. I said, I really think that this would be great for you. So she's got 2 kids, so she's just been busy, but I definitely been reaching out. When can you do? So I've been really planting the seeds basically in fact, tonight I was supposed to send my email to 3 other people. So, because I know I have till the end of March, right?
Yeah. And
so
you want to ramp up all that. You want to ramp up all this activity right now, you guys, for this.
Yes.
To take advantage of it, because you want to give the other person the time and the respect that they need to get the job done. So
Right.
that's where that, attention to the activity and the action steps are now. So I just think that, for all of us, my best piece of advice is let's just flurry our calendars between now and the end of the month. And we have until the 1st, to close out business. But it's really just it's a busy time, and that lends itself for really good energy and awesome interaction. So
Right.
So let's just go crazy between now and then, and less is more, right? So say more to less, say less to more people. Yes, I got that right. All right. What was my last thing I was going to end on? Thank you, Anne, for speaking up. Okay, so I think that was it.
Sacramento.
Oh, thank
yeah.
you. Yes.
What is that going to be about, Sacramento? Yeah. What is that?
We have 2 conferences a year, so we call them live, Juice Plus Lives. It's the new information, but basically the company puts this on. You get to show up and really be there for the company, to see what they have to give. It's awards, it's recognition, it's training, master level training from all the people that are really in growth mode at the time. So you're learning from people who are actually in the trenches doing the work, which is great. And then you also get this overlay of, wisdom from the people who have been here for forever and have 100 clubs and all that good stuff. So there's just so much, but in addition to that, it's a really awesome team experience. So we try to make it super fun, and I think we achieve that every time, but it's pretty great. So yeah, we need to get commitments in terms of who's coming and what, to make sure that we've got the right number of dinners and all that kind of stuff set. If you know that you're absolutely 100% confident in going, can you just raise your hand so I can see who's already? Okay, Cato. Jen, is your hand up, I hope? No. Oh, okay. All right, Cato, good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so we'll just be circling around and trying to get all that information soon. And we should have a lot of stage walkers, which will make it even more fun. So we may just pull out the what do they call them? The bee buzz ears. That Danielle got. We have antennas that we wear across the stage, and they're really cool. Okay. All right. With that, that's all I have. Danielle, is there anything else that you want to share from your end? No? All right. So just hop on in there, you guys. Ask for help, support, raise your hand. Don't be shy. And, let's just get this thing, keep it going, because it's really fun right now. Yeah.
Baby Bernstein, what's up?
Awesome. All right, you guys.
Shout out the babies.
Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, Danielle.
Thank you.
Welcome, Nina.
We're dancing.
Woohoo!
Woo-hoo!
Oh.
Hey, Danielle or Melissa, can one of you stay on? I just have a question that's more about.
God, Greta. You're going to ask them if there's homework too?
There's always
man.